Picture this, it's 2014. A package arrives at your door from your suspiciously rich aunt that just recently lost her husband from what she likes to call mysterious circumstances. Everyone kind of thinks she killed her husband for the cash payout, but nobody really questions it because the aunt's cool with everyone either way, and she always sends you guys these cute little postcards from whatever foreign country she's currently visiting. This year though, she gets you something you weren't expecting. An iPhone 4S. What a way to start the video. Pick it up! So a few hours pass by and you're looking for apps to download. You got your usual, you got Angry Birds, Jetpack Joyride, that one app where you tilt the phone and drink beer from it, which was low-key f***ing awesome. One app stands out from the rest of them though. That app was Vine. Created by some white dude named Dom Hoffman just 2 years before, the sole purpose of Vine was pretty much making these little 6-second videos that you put out for the entire world to see. Well, that sounds stupid, you say, looking suspiciously like world-renowned 2000s pop star Fergie. Believe it or not, it was actually pretty cool. Also, whoa, hey Fergie, I'm a huge fan. Did I ever tell you that in 2008 I cried over you because my mom said that you were pregnant while you were my childhood crush? In all seriousness though, Vine was a really cool concept, especially for its time. You gotta remember, this was 2014. Not every kid had a phone, and they especially didn't have social media. Or at least I didn't, because my parents are crazy, and they think that every single person on the internet is a predator out to get me. Whoa! But it's true though, I hear my parents saying because they watch all my videos. And to that I say, if I was to be kidnapped, I'm almost positive that they'd return me. Question still stands though. What was the actual point of Vine? What did you do with it? They'd be able to show off their talents and ideas on a platform that allowed for them to be seen and gain some views. Possibly some money too if they were really good at it. Like I said earlier, social media wasn't this gigantic monolith of a branding tool that everybody could use to their advantage. This was still the age where everybody would post those memes on Instagram that were deep fried as hell with captions like, hey, like this post and it'll give you a TBH, and then you liked it and then the response you got was like, TBH, you're chill I guess. Or TBH, hey, LOL. And why not? You weren't one of the popular kids. You were just a little baby man in the grand scheme of things. Little baby man, little baby man, little baby man. At its core, Vine was an amazing idea. It was an app that gave you 6 seconds to show off whatever you wanted to bring to the table. Those 6 seconds don't seem like much now, but we made it work back in 2014. See, Vines were dedicated to a bunch of different categories that you would put your videos in so that people would be able to find them easier and then you'd be able to get more views. If we're being real though, nobody cared about them. Oh, hold on guys, you wanna watch the friggin' nature category with me? These trees are cool as hell. What about the sports category where we can watch high schoolers dome each other in the head with hockey sticks like it's 1987 before the term assault and battery was made? Put a World Star logo on that and you got yourself a viral video. Most of the time though, everybody would go to the comedy category. That's where things were jumping. The comedy category was where pretty much every famous Vine creator got their start, and with good reason too. Before Vine, internet comedy was a completely different thing. Punchlines were longer, stories were broader, and overall the comedy was catered more towards the generation before us. This was ironic because the generation before us was still figuring out how to use social media as a whole at that time. Vine completely changed that though. Widespread internet memes were no longer based around the experiences of the generation before. These jokes were quicker, snappier, and much more niche. These jokes were meant for millennials. Oh God, what the f***? Ew, get away from me. Ugh, that's disgusting. Sure, I'm glad there's no... Things for Vine were going pretty well. In fact, it reached its peak around summer of 2016, which is something that I eventually want to make a video on because summer of 2016 was one of the best parts of my entire life. No cares in the world, no responsibilities, just Pokemon Go, fruit-infused water, and Fiona Coin by Skylar Spence. For some reason, a few months after that, the creator of Vine decided to just completely shut down the entire app of Vine on December 16, 2016. And nobody knows why. No, seriously, practically nobody can say with confidence as to why Vine actually got shut down. Some believe it was because the app was against monetization, but that doesn't really make any sense to me because most of the famous creators got their money from ad revenue that was individual to them. not the app. The app shutting down led to thousands of famous creators, or Viners, if you were one of the cool kids, to be completely stranded with nowhere to go. Funnily enough though, another app was secretly starting to rise in the background with nobody knowing how big it would eventually become. Being created in December of 2016 by a man named Zhang Yiming, TikTok was pretty much the sole replacement of what Vine fans wanted. The premise of TikTok was more or less the same as Vine. You made these short little videos where everyone in the world was able to see whatever special talent or event or story that you wanted to share. The kicker though was that TikTok was based completely around algorithms and feeds were endless. This meant that the videos that you liked would help promote the next videos that you would see. Honestly, this was pretty genius of TikTok. Something that I felt was very off-putting about Vine was the fact that after you saw whatever was trending for the day, you pretty much had to wait a few days until the feeds refreshed. With TikTok though, you wouldn't have to worry about any of that. More or less, TikTok was seen as the next Vine, or Vine 2 as people would call it. But was it really though? Here's the thing, while the apps themselves are relatively similar, I feel like the partial generational gap between the two of them make them more different than any of us originally thought. With that in mind, I want to start with the famous content creators on the two apps. Vine's content creators are extremely well known, even today. You have King Batch, Lele Pons, Rudy Mancuso, King Batch's comically large spoon, Logan Paul started on Vine? How did I not know that? The point is, most of these people have made such an impact on the app that they're pretty much household names at this point. Everyone knows who King Batch is, everyone knows who Lele Pons is, and everyone knows who Logan Paul is. Granted, they all do YouTube now, and they're doing much better than they were doing on Vine, but the point is, that's where they got their start. That was their beginning. Whether you like them or not, I feel like respect has to be put on their name for the fact that they worked their way up from pretty much nothing. These are creators that spent hours thinking of scripts to come up with for their videos. Constantly uploading, constantly making brand deals, and constantly thinking of what's next to come. They worked their way from the ground up with, I think, no outside help, and rightfully, I feel like they should be recognized for their work. More on that later though, because I have specific opinions about that. Fast forward to 2021 and look at the difference in creators. Who is there? Charlie D'Amelio, Addison Rae, Jacob Sartorius, Lil Huddy, and Tony Lopez. Who are these people? Now look, I know I'm more familiar with Vine's famous creators than TikTok's because I grew up with Vine, but what exactly makes TikTok creators so special? Like, I know it sounds like I'm being bitter, but most of the famous TikTok creators got famous from dancing. Not even crazy dances either, but just a tiny bit of choreography, a hit song, and BAM! Millions of views. See, that's the thing. You'd hate to see it, but most TikTok creators are getting paid six-figure sums for doing nothing more than dancing and looking pretty. Yes, I believe pretty privilege is a thing. I will die on this hill. Who knows? Maybe there's a ton of stuff going on behind the screen that I don't know about that's allowing for them to reach such great social heights. And for what it stands for, I may be wrong about all this. So if I am, this is me formally apologizing to the rightful TikTok creators. In a way, I feel almost obligated to say as well that I have no personal beef with any of these TikTok creators. I'm a bit half and half about this stuff though. On the one hand, I am jealous, I'm not gonna lie. I work in a grocery store and yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I walk out at the end of the week with about $150 more than I did before. There's teenagers a few years younger than me that are making TikToks of them dancing and they walk out with hundreds and thousands of dollars. Not even the Usher kind of dancing either, but just pretty much a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and bam, paycheck. On the other hand, I got hella respect for them.
Hello?
You know what? If you're out there making money, especially during times like these when jobs are tough to come by, and you're doing it in a way that makes you feel safe and happy, then more power to you. I'm not gonna hold that against you. I say go for it, and I wish the best for you. That being said, all these TikTok stars are becoming major role models to the children that watch them. This is why I say to all the content creators out there, big or small, be careful with the stuff you post because you never know who looks up to you and who's watching his stuff. That brings me to my next topic. The content that's made. I've spent more than enough time on TikTok to know that dancing trends aren't the only type of content. Far from it. As I said earlier, the app uses like a complicated algorithm to figure out the types of videos that it wants to show you, so everyone's page is totally different. There was never any like personalization on Vine except for like surface level stuff, so everyone's feeds would pretty much be the same. What was up was pretty much what you got, and you were stuck with it. Also, can we stop with this whole, oh, rest in peace Vine, I miss it so much thing that people always say? Look, I'm not doubting that there were some really popular Viners that you miss watching. People tend to have this extreme extremely warped memory though, where Vine was like this crazy thing and every single post they saw was hilarious, but that's not true at all. You don't miss Vine. You miss the really popular Vines that are regurgitated over and over again on YouTube's Vine compilations because at its core, that's one of the only things that the app truly had. Other than that, what was the comedy? When you're cheating on your girl with your side bay and your main comes in. When you got a new pair of J's and you don't want to get increased. No. Guy versus girl comedy, which one's better? Which, like, yeah, they can be funny in the right context, but for many Vine creators, that's pretty much all they had to run with. It was just the same jokes repainted over and over again numerous times. I think that's why it's so hard for me to defend Vine when it comes to being compared to TikTok. Unfortunately, while it was good, I feel like many of us enjoy it more because of nostalgia. As an actual social media platform, I don't think it would survive today at all. That brings me to my final point. The reach these two apps had. Look, full send, I'm just gonna say it right now, it was difficult as to get recognized on Vine. Maybe it was because little 13-year-old me was posting content that was probably, admittedly, really bad at the time. Maybe that's what's going on right now. Who knows? You pretty much had to have connections in order to get any kind of traction on your Vine account, and that sucked. With TikTok though, it's completely different. Because of the algorithms, pretty much everyone has a chance to make it big, and I've seen it happen countless times. Accounts with around 30 followers or so that I'm following make it big on the For You page, and suddenly they're gaining thousands of followers by the day. Dude, someone can make a video about my YouTube channel and put it on TikTok, and if it reaches the right spots in the algorithm, my online career would be started in a couple days. TikTok allowed for so many problems and charities and current events to come to light that normally wouldn't be seen. The amount of people that I've been able to meet through TikTok and see all their talents and creativity, dude, it's insane. I know for a fact that I never would have met them if it hadn't been for TikTok. There are people that inspire me to constantly push forward and constantly do better with my work because I saw with them that if they could make it, maybe I could too. That's why no matter how much stuff I have to put up with when it comes to TikTok, there's always going to be that little spot in the back of my heart that's secretly grateful for it. Now, while Vine and TikTok both have their ups and downs, if we're really comparing the two of them, the better one has got to be it's gotta be TikTok. Is there any competition at this point? Like, come on. Before I end the video, I want to say thank you for all the support that I've been given recently. I'm still at under 1,000 subscribers, but I've gained so many in the past few weeks, and I really can't thank you guys enough. You all mean so much to me, and I'm so happy that I've been able to make every one of your days brighter. So thank you very much for that. I'm still working out problems in my channel, so I know that I'm still a little rough around the edges, but I know that with time, I'm going to be producing great things for you guys, and I can't wait for you all to see it. Either way, thank you all for watching my video, and I'll see you guys soon.